So, what are some of the best ideas you've ever had about the truth? And maybe better, what are some of the best arguments that you've heard against the truth? What is truth? We talked about that in the last episode, that is. And then, how does culture deal with truth? Is truth objective and absolute, or is truth relative? What do we do with the truth? Can we make our own truth? Or is truth really the way that we see reality and reality comes to us? That's what we have to do and understand in this lesson about the truth. But who needs the truth when you can make your own truth? Our culture has come to be called a post-truth culture. This means that we no longer value truth, absolute truth. Our culture believes that truth is subjective, meaning that everyone can have their own truth. There's only one problem with tinkering with definitions like truth. Good ideas have good consequences, but bad ideas have bad consequences. Sounds simple enough. We ought to be striving for good ideas. If the concept of truth is an idea, we ought to want a good or right idea about truth. It is actually the only way we can live a good life. Assuming that the definition of truth as a concept is that a truth claim has to correspond to what is real, it has to tell it like it is. It has to match the facts. If that is a good or right idea, it ought to produce good results. I'll tell you right up front that without this understanding of truth, there's no hope for a moral society. We have to recognize we're in a battle for ideas, and right now it appears like we're losing. If there is no way to actually tell if something is true or false, there's no way to tell if it's right or wrong. If that is the case, we're never going to make good laws. We're going to make them based on the mood of the people, not the truth of reality. Let's see how this holds up in real life. We'll look first at where we expect people to tell us the truth. Not their truth, but the truth. We expect people we love to tell us the truth, or people we're in a relationship with to tell us the truth. We don't want them to tell us a lie or lie to us all the time. When we bring our car to the auto mechanic, we want him to be truthful. We don't want him to tell us that there's more wrong with our car than there actually is. Nor do we want him not to tell us all that's wrong with our car, and when we drive off, we immediately break down. No, we want the truth from him or her. We want doctors to tell us the truth. Imagine if your doctor just told you what he thought you wanted to hear. If you had a serious illness, you'd want the truth, so you could at least find out if there's a cure. I know people who won't go to the doctor because they don't want to hear there's something wrong. They may not be denying reality, which they really can't do, but they're denying the truth about reality. We teach our children in school that there is no such thing as absolute truth. The post-truth culture has become schizophrenia. It's a schizophrenic issue. We expect the right answer on tests, answers that they've been taught to give, but not allowed them to put down their own interpretation. That is that they can't put down their truth as the answer. On the other hand, for instance, there are books by current thinkers who tell us that the meaning is not in the text, but in the interpreter. However, they don't want you to interpret what they've written, but accept what they've written as truth, absolute truth. This has created a confusion in our culture, and individuals are suffering. We need to reject bad ideas by investigating the truth about reality. Here are some characteristics about the truth. All truth claims are absolute, narrow, and exclusive. Even the truth claim that states everything is true or everything is relative refutes itself because it's claiming the opposite is false. Everything is not true and everything is relative are absolute truth claims. Every truth claim is absolute, narrow, and exclusive. And truth is discovered, not invented. The truth exists independent of anyone's knowledge of it. Gravity existed before Newton. Newton discovered gravity. He didn't invent it. Truth is transcultural. If something is true, it is true for all people, in all places, and at all times. 2 plus 2 equals 4 wherever you go or wherever you are. Truth is unchanging, even though our beliefs about truth may change. People once believed that the earth was flat. The truth about the earth didn't change, but the belief about it did. Beliefs cannot change a fact, no matter how sincerely they are held. You can be sincerely wrong. Truth is not affected by the attitude of the one professing it. An arrogant person does not make the truth he professes false. And contrary beliefs are possible, but contrary truths are not. We reject truth on volitional grounds rather than on intellectual grounds. That's our rejection is more a matter of the mind, more a matter of the will than a matter of the mind. So we blindly accept politically correct, self-defeating truth claims. Once again, learning to recognize bad ideas, self-refuting ideas, is one of the most important tactics a person can learn. I once was watching a sitcom where an enthusiastic young man was trying to sell a new invention, boomerang arrows. The idea was that you don't have to go after your arrow and find it once you shoot them. And as like other boomerangs, they come back to you. Only with boomerang arrows, you shoot them, and they come back, but they stick you. That's a self-defeating statement. Not such a good idea. This is why the correct definition of truth is the only one that works. Truth is that statement that corresponds to the real object it is making the claim about. Truth corresponds to reality. Well, thanks for listening to this episode or this session about truth and culture. And you'll see that with truth and culture, culture just keeps on making self-defeating statements about the truth. And the next time around, what we're going to do is we're going to look at truth in the local church or truth in the church in general and see how the church is supposed to be responding to the truth. That's one of the most important things that we could look at, and one of the most important things that we can answer about the truth. Is the truth relative to the church? Does the church even know what truth is? And can we really support the truth as the church? Those are some of the things we want to look at. As usual, please like this video, make a comment if you don't like it or if you like it, and then subscribe to the channel so that you'll know the next time that I upload anything on my YouTube channel. This is Ray Siervo. I'm saying have a blessed day.